Welcome back to another episode of Over a Cup of Coffee, where here we talk about anything and everything over a cup of coffee. We're your hosts, Stone.
And Rask.
So why don't you fill up your mug, grab a seat, and join us in today's discussion. Why don't you tell them about the coffee we're drinking today, Rask?
All right. So today's cup of coffee is this. Typically, we wouldn't advertise this because it's not like the best coffee brand, but it's something. If it's cheap, you know, you can find it at your local Big Lots, or I'm sure there's other places that sell it. But this one's Victor Allen's Italian Roast. In my opinion, it's not the greatest coffee we've ever tried in my entire life, but you know, it was cheap. And that's what we decided to go with. I don't know how Stone feels about it, but yeah, it definitely isn't the greatest. But it is something if you are, you know, struggling or whatever, that it is pretty cheap. You get like, 42 of them for like maybe $20.
You can get even 80 of them for like $25. So I mean, it's great budget coffee. Is it the best? Not really. This one's Italian roast. Personally, I prefer Colombian, but
yeah,
they also sell a variety pack. And again, it's affordable coffee. And it wasn't really, like he said, it wasn't really one that we were originally planning on going for, but ultimately decided we should review it anyway. And here we are. So now that we talked about our coffee, leave a comment down below telling us about what coffee you're drinking today.
absolutely.
Nothing beats that first sip. So
You are not wrong. That first sip is like,
we have tried a lot of coffees in our day, and it's really hard to pinpoint a favorite. But if I had to pick one particular coffee that I find myself going back to again and again, it's actually Kahlua coffee. It's non-alcoholic, and it is very delicious. If you haven't tried it yet, I recommend trying that one. How about you? What's one of your favorite coffees?
well, I've not tried as much as Stone over here. I've never tried that Kahlua one, but but this Black Rifle coffee that we had in our last video, we didn't review it or anything, but that by far is my favorite personally. It just tastes good. It's a little bit more on the pricier side because you only get maybe like 19, 18 in one thing, and it's like $15, $20, I don't know, something like that. But it definitely, if you want to get woke up in the morning, that's the coffee. In my opinion, that's the coffee I would go back to over and over again. I've never tried the Kahlua. I'm sure we're going to be trying it on podcast. I'm sure we're going to try that one on podcast because the last time we bought it, we finished it before we did have time to make another podcast. So, in my opinion, I like that coffee. I don't know how what your feelings are about it, but because you actually got to taste this one, so.
Black Rifle, I think he gave a very good description. It's definitely a higher quality coffee, especially for being able to find it at any Walmart. It was very enjoyable. I am quite a fan. Pretty soon here, can you hand me Dead Man's Brew?
Yeah.
Now, if you're a fan of music, so are we. And this coffee right here actually is the coffee that belongs to the band Theory of a Dead Man. That's right, you heard that right. They make their own coffee. And when I got the chance to see them live, I was buying me some of their coffee. So we'll be trying this one for you guys very soon. And before you leave the comments below, I bought 2 bags. One to open, one to save. So don't be worrying about that.
Hey, you should have got them to sign it.
They did.
Oh, that's crazy. I just said that, and I was like, wait a minute. I see signatures right there. All four of them. I never heard of them, so I don't know if that's.
I'm sure you're familiar with Theory. If I played a few songs off camera, you would know them.
Oh yeah, probably. I just, back when I was like a kid, I didn't really, I knew songs, but I didn't know bands, and then it comes to find out that actually I do like a lot more bands than I thought, because I never knew their names. And
Right.
Avenged Sevenfold was one of the very first actual bands I got into, and it's because of you. And I like, Five Finger Death Punch. They rock live.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh, when we were up there a little while, not a little while ago, like about 2 years ago, at their concert, they rocked the show, son. Even the headline, I mean the beginner bands, all except for one, and I don't know why I didn't like it, because everything sounded the same live.
Oh, it happens.
But I still went there. I had an open mind. I was like, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna have a great time. And guess what the hell I did? I had a great time. I mean, there was a hiccup, with that one band right before Five Finger, but I wasn't like, boo, get off the stage or nothing like that, because I'm not that person. So I still tried to rock out, because that's what you go to a concert for. You don't go there to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from one musician to another, it does take a lot to get on that stage. So even if it's not my style of music, I still always like to show support.
Absolutely. And obviously they've been doing something right, because that band apparently has been around for decades.
Oh yeah, long time.
So just because I don't like them, obviously there's people out there that do like them. I'm not saying that I hate them or nothing, because hate's a strong word, and I don't want to have any of that stuff come back to me. So I'm not saying they're bad or terrible, but just not my style.
So now we've discussed coffee, we've discussed music. Feel free to tell us about some of your favorite songs or your favorite live shows. This channel, again, is all about building a community of, passionate, happy coffee lovers. And we really want to hear from you guys as much as we can and grow. It's a community. And the more we hear from you, the better it makes us feel, the more involved you are, and that's exactly what we want. So, speaking of which, on our last video, we had a comment saying, I love that coffee also. Great first video. Oh, thank you. First question. What is your dream guest on your podcast if you could call anyone in the world right now to be on it?
Well,
good question.
I don't think I have to speak for... I think I could speak for both of us whenever I say this. Me personally, you know him. I know him. He made the Happy Madison Productions. The one, the only, if you already know what I'm talking about, Adam Sandler.
I'd have to agree with that. That would have been my choice too. To have Adam Sandler on our podcast would be legendary.
Absolutely. He was my childhood. I watched him in all his movies, every one of them.
Absolutely.
Oh man, he seems like a genuine dude. I've never met him, because we live on the East Coast. He lives in California or wherever, so wherever big celebrities live, I'm sure that's where he lives. So
and maybe, but I feel like he might be over our way.
Possibly.
I don't know.
You never know.
Never looked up his address.
Me neither. I don't care enough, because that's just creepy for one. But
anyway, definitely, I'm full-heartedly with you on that one. I would call up Adam Sandler.
Absolutely. If I could.
Yeah, you know, I got him on speed dial. Hang on, give me a minute here.
All right, go ahead.
Nah, wishful thinking, right?
Yeah, wishful thinking.
But thank you, Nick, for the comment. Thank you for the question.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping to hear back from you in this video here. So, yeah, shout out to Nick for leaving a comment, and I'm hoping anybody else watching right now also decides to join in on the conversation, because there's plenty of things to discuss and plenty of coffee to drink. And well, we're only two people. We can't drink all this coffee by ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely, because that would be dangerous.
So, we've been on our skit channel. We have been playing around with a lot of different ideas and trying to bring a lot of new ideas to the drawing table. And as some of you may have seen, as some of you might not have seen, we actually recently released our first ever YouTube short.
Absolutely.
And again, it's all about experimenting with things that we haven't done yet and finding that recipe that really works, you know, that resonates with you know, our supporters, and what you guys want to see is what we want to make. And so going forward with this next week coming up, we have a couple different videos that also take a different approach from what we have done so far. And I'm looking forward to you guys seeing them. I'm looking forward to us releasing them and seeing where this journey we all started together takes us.
Absolutely. Sounds like it's going to be a blast for sure.
So should we give them a teaser?
A teaser of what?
One of our videos we're dropping this week.
I mean, we could.
First the story, then the pitch. So I'm doing some late night baking. And if you're friends with me on Snapchat, you've probably seen that. I was doing some late night baking. If you're not friends with me on Snapchat, well, what are you doing? You should be. So, and I'm getting everything pre-measured because, I just want to, when it comes to actually starting the recipe, I just want to throw it all in there, give it a good old mix, call it good, right? So I get everything, pre-measured, and this is where the pitch starts. It's like, I ask Rask, I said, Bob Ross, right? It's like, oh, yeah, happy little accidents guy. Or, did I say that right? It doesn't matter. You guys know Bob Ross.
Happy little mistakes.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes.
Or accidents. I think he did say accidents, too. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. We're going to get roasted in the comments.
It's all right. Like go easy on it.
His most famous line. But something like there's no such thing as mistakes, just happy little accidents.
So you were
something
right.
like that.
Yeah. So you were right.
Yeah, take it easy on us. Come on, guys.
we got it.
It's still my first cup.
Yeah. No kidding.
So the pitch was, why don't I try to replicate Bob Ross, but instead of painting, I'm baking. And again, experimental. So we tried it, we filmed it, and we can't wait to see how you guys feel about this. And if you like it, expect more. If you don't, you don't. But it's the fact that we're trying to push the boundaries of what we've done and what we haven't done, and see where it takes us.
Absolutely.
And if there's one thing we have been discussing a lot lately, is something that for a while there we were putting off because we felt it was too soon. And just recently we brought it back to the drawing table. the idea of making sequels to skits, making a second part. And I'm curious, if we were to do so, what video would you want to see a part 2? Excuse me. What video would you want to see a part 2 to?
It could be literally, it could be any of the videos we have. It could be the Strange Addictions, our very first video. It could be Siri, Late Night at McDonald's Part 2. You know,
Man, I didn't even think of a sequel to that.
yeah, that one was so good. I'm willing to make a sequel to it. I loved that video. I loved making that one. I mean, I love making all of our videos. Or grocery shopping, Gone Wrong Part 2 or something like that. There's also
we actually have our prop joining us today.
Yes, sir. It's right here, right in front of our coffee. We
Gotta
also
pay for it somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. We we also have that first day on the job, you know, great debate. I'm not willing to do again. Because that one was tough. That video was so tough because
I gotta grab another cup of coffee. Carry on. That's worth discussing.
Absolutely. That video was so tough because we weren't sure how to, you know, talk about it. We weren't sure what we were going to talk about or debate. It was just a weird thing altogether. We tried to. Can you toss me a cake? Yeah, dog. Thank you, dog. Yep. All right, that's a funny one. We tried to come up with a bunch of things to talk about and whatever, and the best we could come up with apparently was caramel or caramel or caramel or whatever. And honestly, everybody knows it's pronounced Carmel. Duh.
It's caramel.
Okay, but anyway, but that's the best we could come up with, and I don't know if we could do another one. If we could, I'd like you guys to drop some comments down below of some videos. I mean, some words that are funny that would be better than caramel and caramel, or potato and potato, or tomato and tomato. Like those words are overused, and I feel like that's not even that funny, you know. And then we also have another video that we could also sequel. There's a few more that I haven't mentioned. Did I say Siri already? Yeah. I did? Okay. That one actually is going to have a sequel to it. But I'm not going to say anything about that. That's as far as I'm going on that. Welcome back, Stone.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be back.
There is another, a few more videos. I just got to think of them. We only have 10 of them. I think I've already said 6.
So with the great debate, you know, it doesn't just have to be words. You know, it can be anything. You know, like when we first had that on the drawing board, we were thinking, oh, you know, cats versus dogs, and we both shot it down
Instantly.
Because it's everybody debates cats versus dogs. So, you know, it doesn't have to be words. If you guys have a better idea, we might decide to attempt a sequel. But where it stands right now, there is no planned sequel for that one.
Or if you're a bigger guy and you like to wear a shirt in the pool, should you wear a shirt in the pool?
Well, I mean, we could debate that, but I feel like if you want to wear a shirt, you know.
Or should we wear flip-flops in the dirt or the mud?
Okay.
I'm coming up with some crazy ideas.
Where were these ideas, man? We sat down for at least an hour trying to decide what we wanted to do before we kept postponing the video. We couldn't come up with nothing, so we agreed that, you know what, we're just gonna put a pin in it for now, move on to the next idea, and that's when we did first day on the job. And eventually we came back to that video because we were like, all right, let's just hit it with, you know, the caramel debate. And it was almost worth postponing it again, but it's out there now. And personally, that was what I feel like was probably our weakest video. And I do like the duck scene. Debating the ducks, I think was pretty funny. But overall, I feel like the video was stretched out and it was kind of weak. My favorite is probably yours too. I loved Late Night at McDonald's.
Absolutely.
And I didn't even think of a potential sequel to that till this episode here. And I think that would be a lot of fun to revisit those characters and come up with another story to tell.
Especially that Karen bitch.
The rise of Karens.
Like who even did that voice, bro?
That was pretty crazy. I'm guessing they thought we really were McDonald's or something.
That's insane. Like,
yeah, we have a lot of fun content planned for you guys, and filming it all has been something that, you know, it takes a lot of time and effort. And unfortunately, our day jobs, we both work second shift, so a lot of times you'll notice that it's actually dark out when we film. And it's really hard to take advantage of natural lighting when you don't really have time to do so, you know. It's you get up, you go through your morning routine, you know, you exercise, you wash up, and if you got to make a quick run to the store, do that. But it's really hard to take the time to set up a scene, film a scene, and still fit in your morning routine. And that's something that's been, you know, we're working on. We're trying to plan here, but, you know, having weekends off helps. But I'm sure, as you guys know, like weekends get busy. Like even today, after this episode, we're going to a birthday party.
Another birthday party. Holy shit! What is this, like the sixth one?
It's a lot of summer birthdays.
Holy cow,
man! So, I mean, at least this birthday party closes off the summer. But yeah, it's pretty wild because my little sister's birthday is September 2nd. And my older brother's birthday is September 23rd. So, like...
Damn, I didn't know that.
Birthdays ain't over yet.
True. My nephew's birthday is September 16th, so that's in the middle. But sadly, I won't be able to spend it with him because he lives, you know, a little bit away from me. So...
I wouldn't even say a little bit. Like, that's a long drive.
That's pretty far, yeah. I hated to do it, but you know, I mean, I hated it, but I loved it because I knew that we were brewing something special, and we are up to 34 subscribers now.
Brewing something special. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Brewing something special. Speaking of brewing something special, I do have to go get another cup. So, you know, I'll let you take it away. You can say whatever.
So. Due to us actually going to a birthday party, we probably only have about 5 more minutes to spend with you guys. But you're gonna want a K-cup.
Oh shit, I am.
Nice. But yeah, but before we close off this episode, because what I like about this is it gives us the chance to talk about things we normally don't get the opportunity to really talk about, you know, on our other channel. And it gives you guys a chance to talk with us, get to know us more. And I think it's really a special time for everybody involved. Because realistically, any content creator knows that without the support of supporters, that there's nothing. So everything we do for you, and we appreciate the amount of support we have gotten. Gratitude is not a strong enough word to express how it makes us feel.
Or do you want me to use the other one?
What's the other one?
The full bottle of water.
Oh, no, use that one. So it's really a special time, and it's a special place for everybody involved. And again, I couldn't thank you guys enough, because it's still early in the journey, but the amount of love and support you show really touches both of us. And I just wanted to dedicate this moment to say thank you, and it means the world to us. And with that being said, I would like to give a big shout out to, I want to get his username right. I want to give a big shout out to Nick Davis Vlogs, because he has been a huge inspiration for us to keep pushing. You know, you get out of work and the last thing you want to do is get back to work. You know, you don't want to pull out the laptop or edit videos. You don't want to film another video. You just want to relax and go to bed. But, you know, Nick has given us a lot of inspiration to push past that state of being tired and keep giving you guys content. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him. But it doesn't just stop with Nick. You guys have been very incredible,
especially the ones on our main channel. I'll let him do it, because I can't actually do anything, because we're actually filming on my phone, if you didn't know. So that's why he has to do it. Otherwise, I would have, done it, done something at least.
Well, man, I'm looking forward.
So I would also like to give another shout out to stay_stray. Yeah.
We love you.
Your support also means the world. You have been incredible.
Absolutely.
It's really nice to be able to read you guys' comments, and you know, it's motivating, it's encouraging, and it means everything to us, because you guys have been nothing but great. And if you're new here, I promise you, we really want to hear from you. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. There's a lot of, you could type out a paragraph from this video alone. And if you do, we would love that. We would love to read it. We'd love to discuss it. And it will be mentioned on our next podcast episode, where we'll answer your questions. We'll talk to you directly. And because at the end of the day, this channel is all about coffee.
Absolutely.
And I love to talk about coffee.
Oh, absolutely. And we're talking to you. I know you're not going to comment. You're not going to do it. But I know you're scared. I am that way in my favorite YouTubers videos too. So you go ahead and leave that comment. I know it's scary, but just do it. It's gonna help, we're gonna read it, and then like, think about it, with smaller YouTubers, we could get to every single comment. Bigger YouTubers, they don't care as much as like small creators do with like reading comments. I mean, they say they read comments, but they don't ever post about it or nothing. I've noticed.
Their comments are so flooded, even if they try to read them all, it's really hard.
Yeah, because they're also spammed with a bunch of bot comments and stuff too. I've seen it before. On one of the YouTubers I watch, FaZe Rug, I see a lot of only people that came from TikTok can like this. Only people that came from blah blah blah. If you've been a fan of him since blah blah blah, I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Man, my man's getting heated over here.
I'm tired of seeing it. I'm sure he is too.
But with that being said, we are all out of time here today. So one last thank you. If you stayed till the end, we appreciate you. We love you.
We love you. We really do mean that from the bottom of our heart. We love each and every one of you.
We couldn't be here without you. And I look forward to seeing you in the videos we're releasing this week. I look forward to seeing you in the podcast, the next podcast, this podcast, the last podcast, every podcast.
From here on out.
And with that being said, if there's one last thing I can tell you guys before we let you start your day, It's just 3 simple words. Live with passion.
And I got 3 simple words too. Oh, what? My bad. My bad. Mine's only 2 words. Stay positive. We love y'all.